Hello everyone, at 1995 here in the video game fanfiction plot with a new chapter for you all of Rock of Steel. I do hope you enjoy it, and remember, I do not own the Transformers Prime series or any music within this video, and I give full credit to its author HaleyMoss on Wattpad.
Chapter 19, One Shall Fall. LPOV. This whole day Magnus has been one word answer to me, and it's driving me crazy. I asked him if he was okay and he just said yes. Well, he's a big fat liar, pants on fire. Jack, Raph, Maiko and I are currently at base searching on the conspiracy site and make sure the bots weren't sighted. AKA B. My brother bot is always getting on that site. It's currently about 8:30 p.m, I haven't told anyone of my parents being gone yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. Magnus would insist in being up in my grill, or in my house to be exact. Ratchet wasn't in his room this morning when I came, and I wasn't going to ask him while he was busy on the chance he would yell at me, so I've just been waiting on him to talk to me. Which doesn't seem to be happening. Maybe he forgot. I'll just ask later. One with the scrolling then, past Jack said. New again, Jack. Kid in a costume. Jack. Balloon. Oh, Jack. Nope, Jack really. OHP hold, camera sure loves B. Jack said finally. What can you do when you're a superstar? You're paparazzi bait. Maiko said. Wait, is that Bumblebee? Ratchet asked. On a conspiracy website, where users post pictures of close encounters, but we have it under control, Ratchet. We just scrub B and replace him with. Raph said, in which he put a cat in a spacesuit saying, take me to your feeder. Ha ha ha. Ratchet laughed. Oh my whales, what? I couldn't help it, I laughed right along with Ratchet. I wish he would show us more of himself. Maiko, Jack and Raph were looking at me like they had Ratchet. Ratchet actually laughed? Maiko said disbelievingly. Ratchet had a look of nervousness to him, and he said, Jack turned towards Optimus where he was looking on the computer and asked, hey Optimus, do you want to see something funny? Optimus didn't even look over by us and said no. 1. RC passed behind Ratchet and said, don't take it personally, primes are built like that. Well, I guess Ultra Magnus must be built like that too, cause he has something shoved up his tailpipe. I was looking down when I thought that, but when I looked up everyone was staring at me, including Optimus. I said that out loud, didn't I? I asked. Jack and Raph nodded. Good thing Magnus wasn't here, he was prob in his room or out for a drive. We hadn't been together that long and were already in a fight, in which I have no idea what I have done. Never seen Optimus laugh, cry or lose his cool. Bulkhead said. While Optimus most certainly keeps his emotions in check, I have known him far longer than any of you, and he was different before he was made a prime. Ratchet said. I thought primes were born. Raph must have had the same idea I had, cause he asked, Optimus wasn't always a prime? On Cybertron, one is born into greatness, one has to earn it. Ratchet explained. So how different? We talking party animal? Maiko asked. I can't really see Optimus being a party animal. Maybe if he got drunk. Wait, can they even get drunk? No Optimus was more like Jack. Ratchet said. What? I'm nothing like Optimus. Jack said, but got cut off by Agent Fowler coming onto the computer saying prime. Fowler was explaining something I had no idea that he was talking about until a pic came up on the screen of a con on the computers. Soundwave. Jack said. All I know about is Breakdown, Knockout, Buckethead, and Dorito Heels. 12. Raph can swap that out for you with a funny cat. Maiko said. Here's a list of everything he has stolen. Fowler said as he sent us the list. Ratchet started naming off stuff I had never even heard of. Fowler contacted us again saying that a military base is under attack. Optimus and the others were preparing to leave. Magnus then came out of his room without a glance to me. I then called B to see if I can go with him and Raph. He agreed and came to get me. We were traveling to a place to race Raph's little car when Ratchet came on the com. Bumblebee, the team A required backup. They're 3 clicks north of your position, just north of the highway. If you drop Raph and Ella off at the exit ramp, I can send a ground bridge for them," Ratchet said. "I am sorry guys," B said. "It's okay B, we'll go racing another time," Raph said. "Yeah, B, duty calls," I said laughingly. Then all of a sudden something was shooting at us. Raph turned around in the back seat and said, "It's Megatron." I was sitting in the passenger seat and said, "Come on B, you got this." B swerved to miss another shot and went to straighten up when he was hit. It was like being shocked but 10 times worse. I could only turn my head slightly to see Raph slump into the back seat unconscious. "Raph," I called out weakly. "B, no matter what happens, tell Magnus that I'm sorry for whatever I have done to make him upset with me." My voice was at a whisper now. "Ella, don't talk like that, stay with me," I heard B say, but it was so far away. I saw my vision going black before all movement in my body ceased, and then there was nothing. BPOV. "Ella, Raph, talk to me please," I yelled, trying to get them to wake up but to no avail. I headed to the coordinates to where the others were. "Megatron is going to pay for this." I drive to the place where I see the others and Megatron standing. I transform around Ella and Raph and have them cradled together in my small servos. I walk towards the others with my optics focused on Raph and Ella. Speaking of fate, I heard Megatron say, but I was too scared for Raph and Ella. Ultra Magnus POV. I knew I was being harsh on Ella today, but I was still upset that she would go goofing around instead of waiting on me or the others. We were currently standing there waiting for Megatron to make a move. Speaking of fate, Megatron said. I heard light footsteps coming towards us. We all turned round and it was Bumblebee with Ella and Raph in his servos unconscious. I found myself at B's side, immediately scooping Ella into my servos. "Oh Ella, why couldn't I have forgiven you earlier?" She was barely breathing. "Raph," RC said as she held Raph in her arms. "He's breathing, barely," RC said. "Ella as well," I said. "Aha, it would seem I've swatted a bee and squashed 2 bugs." Megatron grinned evilly. I would have punched him in his faceplate if Ella wasn't in my servos. I saw B aim his small blasters at Megatron and yell, "You're going to pay for this." Bulkhead held him back, saying, "B, no." Optimus turned back to us and comment, "Ratchet, bridge us back now." RC, Commander, attend to Raphael, Ella, and Bumblebee," Optimus ordered. We all went through the ground bridge. I saw the base come into view with Ratchet, Myko and Jack waiting on us. "Raph, Ella?" Jack said. "No." Myko also said. "What happened?" Ratchet asked. "Megatron," RC said. "Quick into my laboratory," Ratchet said. RC and I walked into the lab and played Raph and Ellen on the human-sized bed and got them hooked up to the computer. "You, Raphael and Ella, aren't responding. We must run diagnostics of their states. Are my tools, they're all wrong," Ratchet said as he threw his tool to the side. "This is all my fault," B said. "I am gonna call my mom," Jack said. "Your mom may be a nurse, but does she know anything about the effects of Energon on a human body?" Ratchet asked. "Well, do you know anything about the human body?" Jack said. "Mom, it's urgent," I heard Jack say as he continues to talk to his parental unit. "The weak will perish, be strong, Raphael and Ella," Ratchet said as he looked at Raph and Ella. Soon Mrs. Darby arrived and got out of the car and headed towards Raph and Ella. Jack came running up to her with a bag of some sorts. Ratchet said something of medical content when Mrs. Darby said, "If we do not get them stabilized, they will not leave here alive. Do you understand me?" Ratchet looked a little shocked and stepped back with a wounded look on his face. B then smashed the wall of the base closest to him. RC pinned him against the wall and said, "B, listen, you think I don't know what it feels like to see or have a partner harmed? Revenge won't help them right now. You need to keep your emotions in check." B looked over at Raph and Ella and said, "You right, I know B, I know," RC said. We all stood surrounding Raph and Ella, including Bulkhead who just arrived watching Mrs. Darby work on them. Jack helped me get Raph and Ella in the car. We're going the emergency room. Mrs. Darby said. Nurse Darby, your doctors won't be able to comprehend what's afflicting them. Ratchet said. I don't have time to argue. Mrs. Darby said. How could I have not seen this? Raphael and Ella have been infected with dark energon. Ratchet said. I couldn't believe it. That's too dangerous to have in their systems. We must expel it the only way I know how. I need energon. 2 tubes full. Ratchet said. I will give some of mine. I said. As will I. B said. Wait, you said energon was bad for humans. Mrs. Darby said. Quite, but I am relying on ours to meet it head on. Ratchet said. He extracted energon from both B and I. I need them in here now. Ratchet yelled. Jack and Mr. Darby rolled Raph and Ella into the energon room. Once out, Ratchet started it up and we were all blinded by the white light coming from it. After it was done, Mrs. Darby, Jack and Maiko all ran in. Mrs. Darby checked out Raph and said his pulse is stabilizing. Then checked Ella's but soon had a horrid look on her face. No, this can't be. Why didn't it work on Ella? We're losing her, she said. What are you talking about? It should have worked, shouldn't it have, Ratchet? I exclaimed. Ratchet scanned her and then spoke. Impossible. I don't know why it didn't work on her. Bumblebee, where was Ella sitting when Megatron shot you? Ratchet asked. Ella was sitting in the passenger seat. The shot hit her more. B said. RC or Bulkhead, I need one of you to supply more energon and see if that works. Ratchet said. I will do it. Bulk said. He gave his energon and Ratchet took it back to the machine, brightening us all again. Then we heard the beeping from the machine. That was the way to tell us her heart was beating when it suddenly slowed down until it stopped beating. Ratchet, do something, you have to do something. I yelled as I pushed his shoulders. He held on to me as I felt my heart break. I am sorry, there's nothing I can do. Ratchet said. Oh Ella, my Ella, please come back to me, please come back, sweet spark. I said. No one knew we were together, but at this moment I didn't care if they found out. My little stargaze is gone. See, Commander? I heard B stutter, in which I knew he was breaking down and leaking lubricants from his optics as I was. Ella wanted me to tell you that no matter what happens, she was sorry for whatever she did to make you upset with her, he said. I broke down even more. Ella died with the fact that I was upset with her. I am so stupid, so foolish. What is wrong with me? Oh my Ella, come back to me.
Well, that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. Until next time.